thing I want to point out is the difficulty the Michigan Supreme Court put on prosecutors throughout this state of having to call victims 20, 30 years after the fact to tell them what you thought was closure is no longer closure.
Emotions ran high in the courtroom today as an Ingham County judge decided the fates of prisoners who committed serious crimes in their youth. Dozens of people facing life in prison without parole are being resentenced across the state. Good evening, I'm Ann Emmerich.
And I'm David Andrews. Today, Ingham County Judge Rosemary Aquilina reconsidered several cases in her courtroom. Investigative reporter Riley Connell was there. She's now here in studio to tell us more. Riley.
Yeah, Ann and David, because of the Supreme Court ruling, offenders serving life without parole who committed their crimes at 18, 19, or 20 years old are up for resentencing. Family members of both victims and prisoners came forward today, years after the crimes took place, to advocate for their loved ones.
My father was murdered. Life was horrible for us. My mom was already in prison. We went through molestation, foster care, abuse.
Heartbreaking testimony from Laquan Shields marked the start of an emotional afternoon at the 30th Circuit Court in Lansing. Loved ones came and went for hours as Judge Rosemary Aquilina considered 4 resentencing cases. Shields was only a toddler when his father, Imari Brown, was shot and killed by this man, Alvino Cinquefield.
I didn't even know what a father was until I seen him on the news.
Cinquefield committed the crime when he was 20 years old, making him eligible for resentencing under a recent Michigan Supreme Court ruling. His sister, Darylyn Ezell, says Cinquefield does deserve a second chance.
If he could do it over again, he would have handled it different. I just ask the courts to consider everything from both sides of the family.
Judge Aquilina told people in the courtroom these cases put her in a difficult position, sympathizing with victims who are still grieving and prisoners who say they are committed to rehabilitation.
And as I said, I think everybody recognizes the day there was that gunfire, both families lost a child.
Aquilina issued Mr. Cinquefield a sentence of 30 to 60 years for Brown's murder. That means he's already served the minimum sentence and could be eligible for parole, an opportunity Aquilina says no prisoner should take lightly.
You have learned your lesson. You can serve, if you haven't, you will never get out again.
County prosecutors across the state are actively handling resentencing cases. Ingham County had 12 cases total that needed to be reconsidered, including the ones stemming from the murder of Imari Brown. David, back to you.
All right, Riley, thank you. The Michigan Supreme Court says it made its ruling on young offenders based on new research, which says the brain is not fully developed before the age of 25, suggesting some offenders acted without considering the consequences.
A live look